You have traveled with me from Sunday to Sunday out of the Garden of Gethsemane and then out in the asphalt jungle of Jerusalem. That's how they bargained him. Today, imagine with me as we go to the upper room. As he had his disciples prepare the upper room, and there are the 12 with Jesus. And as they converse around the table, I'm not sure what all the conversation was, but they were assured in their own minds that Jesus was going to begin the kingdom. And they were not sure when that kingdom would begin, but they were hoping with the conversation that was around that table that this would be the night that he would proclaim that he was going to begin a new kingdom, and that Rome's yoke would be taken away from them, and there would be a nation honoring God and praising God. These disciples had walked with him for 3 years. And as they had walked with him, as they had sat at the seashore, as they had seen him feed the 5,000 and the 3,000, and raise and heal the lame, and make the blind to see, they were convinced in their own mind that Jesus was going to be the new leader of their kingdom. As they gathered up in that upper room, they were not only patriotic, but it was also a very religious moment. There was conversation such as, who's the greatest in that upper room? Who's the greatest in that upper room? And as you well know, that Jesus informed them about. And then as the supper came toward a close, and he brought a new meaning to, or brought to bear, the first time the communion would be happening. And as he begins this communion, he says a statement that is very shocking. And that is, one of you will betray me tonight. One of you will betray me tonight. There must have been a hush for a moment. And then the thoughts came, and could it be me? Could it be me? Jesus does not identify, nor is he angry when he shares this, nor does he leave any reflection that he is extremely unhappy with this person. I'm sure his reflection in his tone was, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. And with that, the disciples are asking questions. Know how mature they were. If I had been up in that upper room, and Jesus would have said, someone will betray me. As human as I am, and as sinful as I am, I would have had to say, there is somebody in the group here that doesn't belong here. For what I have said, could it be me? And yet, I trust with the maturity of each one of us here today, if I had been in that upper room, and Jesus would have made that statement, there's somebody here that will betray me. I can only grasp to some extent that as that was said, And with their maturity, they knew that they had all sinned during the time that they were with him. They would ask him questions again and again. And they must have remembered a time when they brought the children. And one of the disciples said, "Hey, get these out of here. Just get them out of here." And that disciple must have said to himself, "Oh yes, how frail I am. How weak and how sinful I am." But with that, as we think, Jesus does not point out who that betrayer is. Because if he had, I am sure, the disciples would have taken that disciple to task. But they all knew that they were part of the group, and one would betray him. I think it behooves us this evening to just ask, did Jesus say that of me? Did he speak this of me? Well, go back just a moment for a minute. On Sunday was Palm Sunday, and they shouted, "Hosanna." Tuesday he cleansed the temple. Monday he cleansed the temple. Tuesday he instructed the disciples with a number of things. And then on Thursday evening, he landed in front of Caiaphas. And there was scourging, there was spitting, there was hatred, there was blasphemy. Then he was taken over to Pilate's hall, and then to the cross. He said, "The Father, forgive them. Behold thy mother. I thirst. My God, why hast thou forsaken me? Into thy hands I commend my spirit. Today thou shalt be with me in paradise." Oh, would that we would look at our own lives and say, "Is it me?" And that we could, with new assurance, say, "Yes, I fail, Lord, but by the grace of God you have brought salvation." It was a dark night, but that night he died, that you and I might have life. Let us remain